events, 7 top 24 finishes. It's I'm on to next week. And knowing Dana, she's probably saying, okay, I'll strike out, but Tish has the first 6, and if I can't beat her, I hope she shoots 300. How's that?
That's the way I would be thinking.
You bet.
And in the back of my mind, I'd also be thinking, well, what difference does it make? I beat her for the U.S. Open.
Well, true.
Huh? Sure. That's what I would be thinking. You can't win a ball. Well, maybe you can.
Ball coming up very high, right on the nose, 4-6.
Ooh, that is on the nose, too, huh?
Almost at the big 4.
Look at that. I mean, that's as on the nose as you can get. Oh, taking her lumps right now, but she'll be back next week for the final week. Tough when your opponent starts with the first 6, and you don't.
I've had that happen to me before.
I know, I've seen it. Was that DeSoto?
DeSoto. Also, Donna Adamick did that. Was the top seed in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And
no.
Wagner, 66.5 lanes. I was destined to win that tournament, Denny, and Donna came out and threw the first 6 at me and said, sorry, I'm going to win this tournament.
Maybe next time. All right, Tish Johnson is thinking about $100,000. And that Kmart check would be hers if she would shoot a perfect game. No woman has ever had a perfect game on national television. I'll root this one in. Come on, ball, hook a little bit. See? I said it, I got away with it, and now the jinx has been lifted. Now, whatever she does from here is of her own volition.
And boy, Cheryl Daniels was awfully close earlier this year. Solid 8-pin. That was a shame.
Well, our top seed, Leanne Barrett, a couple of years ago, started with, what, the first 9, first 10 down there in Columbia, Tennessee?
I think she's actually buying a little extra time here, Denny. There's a lot on the line. $100,000. Pins look pretty good on spot to me.
Trust me, Tish Johnson is very much aware of the big-time check.
That goes into the earnings list.
Yeah, she'd go to $144,000. I don't think anybody'd catch her this year. Still alive, 8 in a row for Tish Johnson, who is thinking about 6 figures here tonight at Satellite Bowl.
Wouldn't this be something? Giving it the room, light hit, look at the fingers in the ball, head pin against the wall. She's gonna get excited here.
And now if you're Dana, you're just trying to get out of the way at this point. Just get up there, make some shots. Try and let Tish stay in rhythm, because you're right. I mean, at this point in time, you'd love to see somebody else shoot 300.
And there's the difference of the carry. Dana slicing everything to the right, except the 4-pin falls right in front of the 7.
Well, if you look at their 2 games, Dana a little more direct player than is Tish Johnson. Tish is swinging the ball all the way to the 1 or the 2 board, and Dana's playing them a little bit differently, but you're right. How can you argue with a player, though, that's already won 2 tournaments in this building? She knows what works here.
Big fan of the ladies tour. Harry Strauss fell ill this afternoon, ended up in the hospital, and everyone here wanted to wish him well and hope to see him back when we come back next year.
Another shot, almost exactly the same result. Soft 4-pin falls into the channel, 7-pin remains. What's Carolyn Doran thinking right now? Oh no, she's probably hoping for the 300 because she knows that Tish couldn't bowl another good game after that.
Well, I can tell you Carolyn Doran right now is wishing she wouldn't have to bowl Tish Johnson in the next match, because I know what I would be feeling if it was my first time on television, or my first singles match on television.
Just a little apprehension, eh?
It would be like, couldn't I bowl someone else that maybe hasn't been on television before?
It's kind of like opening up with Evander Holyfield, you know, and about your 3rd pro fight. It's just not the way to start.
Tish Johnson taking her 2nd re-rack of the game. She is only allowed 2 re-racks. If she would like any more, she would have to consult with our tournament director, Wes Pye.
Well, depending on the angle, looks like the 5-pin was actually a little favorable that time. It was a touch to the left.
Well, once again, I think she's buying time. And there's our tournament director, Wes Pye, holding up the scoreboard.
She has the first 8. Oh, didn't like it.
Oh, no!
And through a Brooklyn. Oh! If it is to be, tonight may just be the night, because that's what you need. You need to choke, throw a bad shot, and get away with it.
That's exactly right. You said she didn't like it from the start. She was very quick to the line, pulled the ball, and it went Brooklyn. She carried, and you're right. That's the break she needed to loosen her up right here.
She's just laughing to herself. Now, all serious. Will it be strike number 10?
Oh!
Solid 7-pin. Tish took off about 4 pairs to the left. A wonderful round of applause for a heck of a performance.
Oh, beautiful shot. Thought she'd do it. She's thrown 2,300 games in her career. Really clutch shot there on the 10th frame.
Nice and loose, though, for Tish Johnson, who is going to shoot 279 if she strikes here. Well, we have flirted with it a couple of times. I got to do that. I got to give away that $100,000 check one of these days.
We have been very close this spring.
That'd be a scream, wouldn't it?
Oh.
All right. 6-8, but it doesn't make any difference. 277, the final score for Tish Johnson. And, of course, coming up this weekend, live coverage, or I should say begins on Monday. Geez, I'm ahead of myself a little bit. The 1992 French Open on ESPN. Of course, Monica Seles and Jim Courier back to defend their titles. Dana was hoping to come back and defend one here, but it just didn't work.